Hey, I just wanted to post another game, and this one I just played actually, and I did not record, so we're gonna have to watch it instead in replay. Because I was trying to post next a healing video, and with on a specific theme, and it's just not been coming up for me. It's not been working very well. Even in the case where I ought to be able to do it, I've just actually failed to execute. So I'm like, all right, let me just let me take a break from that. And today I started my day, my game at the start of playing this. Um, I'm playing a warm up, and I'm playing my favorite hero. This is my top hero. 104 levels is a lot. It says a lot about how long I've been playing it. Anymore, I don't play him so much, and one of the problems I have with him is he's got pretty minimal escape. I have some trouble in positioning, um, and in this particular game, it just struck me for whatever reason as if everybody was moving really fast. It might have just been my connection. I'm curious to see actually on the replay if the replay plays everything out the way it seemed like. But to me, it felt like Jaina and ZJ both were moving all the time at via level speeds. Like they were just so fast. Um, so I did not expect to end up as the lone MVP, the lone person on my team with recognition and the MVP, and end up with a win. But we ended up with a win, and it took forever. Look at this. This is like a 25-minute game. That is a painful game. So on the friendly team, we have Nazeebo playing my typical Nazeebo build. We've got Li Ming, who should put out a lot of damage. This is clearly a high damage comp with a healer on each side. We've got Lucio, which should be good for positioning, and we've got Zeratul, which should be good for positioning, especially in this deck where there's not this matchup where there's not a lot of weaknesses with Zeratul to have to run from. I mean, he's I don't envy him of this position necessarily, but it's not the same thing as it could be if there was like an Illidan or something to just show up and grief him every chance that he got. Um, the range griefing that can occur can also be a problem, but typically he's got a lot of counterplay there. Let me show you my talents that we're going to go through. This is my typical build with him in a map like Cursed Hollow, where I have the opportunity to actually reach stacks. You'll see that it takes me forever to reach stacks. I made a comment, I think, on my first video this year, where I was like, it always takes forever for me to reach it. I did not reach it in time. I got to 20 and this did not unlock, so I had to go and earn, I think it was like 20 more at the end. But it was a fun game, so let's see if we can bring it up.
Prepare-se para a batalha, heróis.
I'm just going to leave it following me. I wish there was a way to... I wonder, there probably is a way to minimize this. I just found out, actually, that this is available to me on a Mac. Honest to God, I did not realize that the controls for replay were available on a Mac.
10 segundos. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Então, o que você está esperando?
So yeah, this is one of the things that I do that sometimes annoys people who are, more familiar with the game. Like, what are you doing starting out? Why aren't you going into lane? The thing is, I got like 10 seconds, right? So I might as well come in and help. Just do that. Hope to get a dot on some of those things so that I get some XP and then go. And now I'm seeing Zeratul at the bottom. I'm thinking, this is going to be great. I can come down and Zeratul... I can engage Murky and Zeratul can gank him quickly, but no, he starts it right away. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, you'll see he does good, but we're all warming up, I guess. It's like noon right now on the East Coast, so I just give this to him. I figure, what the heck, I'll be nice. And I'm not even concerned with him. He actually is a very good Murky, and he wins 2 of the or sorry, he won one of the votes, and I won two. That ticked me off because I thought that I was going to pop it in time. If you noticed, I got one auto attack hit on him while he was casting it, and so I didn't get it on there as quickly as I could, and it ended up costing me. But at this early point in the game, it doesn't matter. I mean, he's going to get like 5 seconds more, but notice where the event's happening. OBJ is at bottom, so not a big deal. I'm a little ticked that Asmo hasn't started the Merc yet, the mercenaries yet. So I ping for him to go over there, just to make sure that we don't completely skip it. And he does a great job of like dutifully taking that out and getting help from Zeratul. So the whole team is set up here. But you'll notice one of the things that happens is there's a lot of slowness in our team play. I mean, not positional slowness, but they'll be late to objectives and stuff. And somebody else is pinging him up there. That's not me. And unfortunately, I knew where he was, but I missed him. And then those things, it's very frequent that it's difficult to get a ring on somebody whenever you're soloing them. And yeah, I'm just not really that concerned. I was amazed that he ran right back in like that. Just because I had, both of my toads up. He must realize that I'm not going a toad build because he's happy to face check them. And now we've got two people not on, and I didn't actually realize this, so I didn't ping anybody to retreat. I could have pinged, hey guys, you guys are in the wrong place. But I see Asmo coming up at this point, so I go up, and yeah, that was stupid of me. Because I'm still thinking Ming is there, and so it shouldn't have collapsed that easily without me seeing somebody else escape. So I was still thinking that I was safe to come up. Alright, let's watch the rest of that fight. Yeah, so we're definitely on the way out here. I wish I had watched this fight live. Whenever I'm actually playing live, I didn't watch it. So I didn't realize. So I pinged retreat at that point, and then she's saying, oops, I thought you guys had it. Which is fair, because with Murky there early, you're expecting essentially it to be a fair fight. Not that you would necessarily are going to win all your fair fights. And we certainly would have won it if she had shown up, but I can understand what she's saying. And she made good progress up here, or either that or Asma did. I didn't check. And I'm late, but just watch how fast she moves. That was one of the times where it seemed like she was pretty fast. There's one more where I'm going to probably be able to point out to you where the movement just amazed me, like just how fast she was. It's not missing skill shots with Nazeebo is pretty easy because he is so slow. Those somebody shoots toads at you, you can be like almost right in front of them, like directly next to them. You can certainly be meleeing them and still walk away without getting hit. I get that one. That was nice. And I even gave her a running shot, but she wasn't able to escape. And I could have gone and tried to save her, but if I did, I would have guaranteed that they would have come up after us and then would have sealed her fate. So I just walked away. So look at that, was a lot, man. He just took right to the face. Look at how that wasn't. I was about to say, look at how easily he escaped, but that's not the one. He jumped in and got that kill, and holy crap, what a nice kill. Now, that's exactly the type of thing you want from a Zeratul, but you're not necessarily expecting him, because damage that I did, he must have been watching when he was coming up, because he must have been ready for it. Which I guess is exactly what you would do, right? You're playing and a point assassin like that. You're gonna wait. That was just stupidly slow on my part. You're gonna wait to get spot damage on somebody enough to take them out. But still, I was happy. He did a good job. So we've been pinged top, so we're going up top. I'm not worried about my stacks terribly. Oh, will I be able to show how many stacks I got? Huh. Shoot. I can't show how many stacks I got either. I'm doing fine at this point. I'm not doing terrible. I've been dutifully doing this sufficiently. It's to the point now where I am starting to get worried, because there's a lot of play where I'm kind of forced to engage where I would like to not engage and just go and farm stacks, but you know. So we've only got 3 people on point again, so we have to leave, let people go, and at least if the people who are present this time realize it. And I don't know why they continue to poke, because it doesn't really matter. I really want to be able to show his stacks. It ticks me off that I can't do that. But there's no way for me to... Anyway, you can see my stacks are falling behind at this point. I don't understand why. I mean, Murky was a better player than he was playing at this point, the midpoint of the game here, the mid-early point of the game. From like level, after he killed me the one time when I also killed him, but he straight up, he took me out. That was the last time I saw him do good play against me until the mid-late game. You know, like basically late game once we got to level 20. Against me anyway. One of the things it's not going to show, and I thought I would comment on this, a lot of times when I watch people, they click onto the minimap a lot more than I do. I don't usually find that it's valuable for my heroes, you know, for me to spend my time doing that. But it's not like I don't do it at all. It's just been abnormal that in the past couple of games, or that I was recording these videos, it didn't happen to record me clicking on the minimap. But this is a hero where it makes a lot more sense to be looking at the minimap, and I can't show you what I was doing. So you just have to trust me that I am checking things out a bit. Not in this moment when I should have, although I did check, not yet, but I did check up here, probably right around now, because I'm getting up to go. But yeah, a lot of times just looking at the minimap itself is enough, particularly for this sort of threat. But that's what I wanted to find, is do I have something that's going to force me to come up here? And now you just saw the flash, I got to 100. So 100 at 14, I am a little tardy, but not terribly tardy. And that's why I'm staying in lane at this point. I'm like, screw you guys. You know, we'll defend one because I need this. I'm late. I can't get there in time anyway. Asmo's split as well. So we'll just take that. And I was getting ready to, go and help at that point, but then I realized, hey, event's right there. Let me, OBJ is right there, so let me just stay. And by the way, you'll notice also I call it event. That's my natural thing. Is it's the event for the objective, right? It's the event of the objective. So I always call it event instead of OBJ. And I call it OBJ because it's the abbreviation that people, because nobody wants to write out objective. This was really bad on my part. How did I miss that? That's just awful. I'm going to give Murky this thing because I just want to protect up here. And now I can't see because there's a lot of not us in the mini map in the space that I need. I mean, in the map in the space that I need to understand. So I wait for healer before I come up. Why? Because I am deeply gankable. And then he's pinging me that I should have gone that way, but I really wanted to complete this. But the guy actually came forward enough that he turned around for a second. Anyway, did not matter. And now I gotta go and clean up Murky's mess. That's Zeratul pinging what he wants to go to. And I see on bottom that I gotta go bottom next. So Murky has kind of been winning the progression part of the game. By the way, I don't go to bottom because I saw Asmo was already going. But yeah, now it happens to be a great opportunity to just finish up this tower. I'm not too terribly concerned about being a tower behind. Alright, so on a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen, I might be finished by now, or certainly by the next level. It would almost be more frequent than not by the next level. I've dropped that on yeah, and then I got stunned out of being able to release him right away. That's one of 2 times where I netted my opponent, or my teammate. This is bad. I'm running down below thinking all 3 of them of my team are going to go down. I don't think they're going to face off in the middle. I actually didn't even notice that they were facing off in the middle, so the next thing you see was me complaining about minions because it seemed like that was the only thing in mid worth fighting, or worth staying for. Like, why are they doing that? But yeah, now all of us are dead. And that is largely because they didn't come down. It didn't make sense for everybody to rush up, and we were split for everybody to rush up to mid. It made sense for everybody to rush to OBJ. It's interesting. Go watch those pings. So yeah, now obviously I saw this. I'm going to come over and drive him off. But he's... That is something that I see people do a lot, where they recognize danger quickly, and they will stay there whenever I'm not about to raise, all the time. But I just was like a little bit annoyed that he's making a lot of the right moves. Somebody pinged me 2 of these, and I thought that was a great idea. And it almost happens at perfect timing too. Look at where the boss is right now. So I just hop right on it. I don't wait. That actually is not one of the ones I was talking about where I netted somebody, the 2 times where I netted somebody accidentally. Because I let him go in time, it didn't matter. So I'm being pinged to go to that objective, and I like that idea. I had actually pinged the bottom because that was where I wanted to go more, but it didn't dawn on me that this is where I ought to be. Notice that the auto attacks that time, even though I had hit him once right before, were still on time to clear the, what is that thing called? the thing that he drops. So it's just weird, in my opinion, that he got me on the first time. That was well timed on my part, I think. But I missed him. And then look how, that was another time the movement was just incredible. I mean, that is just so fast. It's not the fact that he could escape that surprises me. It's how he escaped. He ran an arc around me inside of the ring before escaping. Literally halfway around my body. He did a half a lap around the ring before turning to the bottom and exiting. So I'm telling Ming not to because I'm about 20, roughly. I think it's 20s. It might be 30. I think it was 20 off. That was well done. And then the sustain that healer has there just blows me away, I gotta say. Those were some pretty impressive heals on his part.
Inaceitável. Agora você conhecerá minha ira. A equipe vermelha foi dominada.
So the reason I'm going here is obvious. I just want to clean up as many of these as possible rather than join the group and be safe, especially since there's only a Murky out there. I'm just going to do everything I can to push through and clear another group or two. I think I need 3 groups to clear. Because I just did 2 or 1.5. And I'm not done yet. Unfortunately, I make the wrong move here. That was the wrong move. Because I only get a couple of them there. And they don't come after me right there. And they had me dead to rights if they did. I was just playing lazy. You can still tell how distracted I am by completing my stacks, because now I'm going to go over and head towards that before realizing I should not. And then somebody's pinging, don't do that. Or that's how I took it whenever they pinged it. Here, though, I'm not interested in going and defending. I want my stacks, so I'm going to stay. That's another one. Look how fast she. Now that one, actually watching it though, that was viable, at least here. But on the live play, it seemed like it was not viable. There, got it. So this is where I start catching up in damage, because I can't show you what my damage stats. I imagine I can't show you. Oh, I can't. Oh, Jesus. So I could do it the whole time? I don't want to re-record it, though, so... Gonna hang out with just 38 compared to 52. Not the best damage stats in the world. I'm missing a lot of practical skill shots. Bad choice on my part. And there. And then that was the second time that I netted him. I shouldn't have, and I apologize for that. I mean, it'll be a left-handed apology. Yeah, but I apologized. In essence.
O núcleo da equipe vermelha está sendo atacado. Abatido.
Where are they going anyway? That objective is taken. Nobody's going down to defend. although we got that going.
Sua hora chegou.
That comment, which is so late, is from all the way back whenever that long string of engagement started over here.
Herói abatido.
But that's just on my mind, because I got 45 seconds to sit around and do nothing right now.
A equipe vermelha.
So I know that's down, so I'm just going to back out.
O núcleo da equipe azul está sendo.
He doesn't realize he actually did a good thing. He's apologized. It was an awful sacrifice in the sense that he died, but it was and late game died too. But it was a great sacrifice in the sense that he managed to pull not one but two people off, or just by happenstance. So it's hard to complain. That gets us. That actually does get us kind of back into the game. This is another one of those things where that healing, that Decker heal, if you're willing to take that heal ability at level 20, he has some real amazing potential. So I realize I need to go up there. Nice little skill shot there.
Herói
And then
abatido.
Zeratul does a good job. And we get vision, which, that's gorgeous. Unfortunately, I get stuck in roots, which I did not see. Nice move on his part. What a gorgeous escape that was.
O núcleo da equipe vermelha.
So I make it a 1-for-1 trade.
Herói abatido.
It's a shame I had to make it a 1-for-1 trade. I felt like his play was so good. This is an interesting commentary because normally whenever I'm playing live, I'm able to think through individual thought processes and describe them. Like, this is what I'm doing. Whereas here, I have to make commentary after the fact. And so a lot of my commentary, I think, is different. I hope you guys, maybe, I don't know, maybe this works. But I imagine that it does not, because it's a much larger amount of judgmental statements rather than executive statements. Anyway, the point, with the build that I went for is that I now have just a ton of damage in this form, like spiders and these guys, and it's all high damage output, and it's got more range than normal. That's why I do think of it deep at the start. And now that we're well past 20, like for a level or two after 20 even, he can serve for something different, but now the only thing that our Gargantian is good for is to put a wall between us and the enemy for a short moment. So people are pinging me to defend that.
Tributos ou encare a minha maldição.
Of course, I want to position because of shit like that. That was late. So definitely some less than ideal gameplay on my part there. I missed a couple of good viable kills. But I was actually distracted because of this, so I'm going back for that now. And then again, look at his sense of preservation. He saw me walk away and he backed off instead of coming forward.
O núcleo da
I mean, except that he did not see me walk away. What he saw is he saw all of his team walk away, and he didn't see me show up, and so he assumed that somebody's coming back.
abatido.
So everybody went forward and won the court, and that is the game.
A equipe azul
And
venceu.
I just, defended, would have been defending court. It would have been a court race.
MVP.
All right, that's the video.